Good evening, everyone. I, Professor Seema, welcomes you all in the online lecture series. This is our lecture number 3 of CG, and the remaining topic of 3D transformations, that is the 3D projections that we are going to cover in today's lecture. So let's start with the lecture. So one of the important part of 3D transformation is the projection, and that you have observed many times in your day-to-day life, like the many of the presentations you can see on the projector, and that is through the projections, in which 3D projection, how it actually takes place. It takes place by conversion of the world coordinate system or world coordinates to the viewing coordinates. Okay, in world coordinates, how basically the coordinate system is there, it is in some actual scale like centimeters, millimeters, but in viewing coordinates, it is some your some of the device coordinates, or you are transforming the world coordinates into the viewing coordinates, okay, in the form of some units on the device. So let's start with the projections. Concept of projections, in that particularly there are major two types of projections are there. First one is a parallel projection, and the second one is the perspective projection. Let me share you the screen. So here you can see this main basic two types are there, parallel projection and the perspective projection. So what actually means a parallel projection? In this diagram you can see that your object is projected on the view plane. How actually it is projected? So the object is three-dimensional, but on view plane you can see only a 2D part of it, only a two-dimensional part of it, and that is the difference, or that is actually the appearance of an object while getting the parallel projection. What it means? It means in parallel projection, z coordinate is discarded. Okay, the z coordinate is discarded so that you can see the object in only a 2D plane, in xy plane you can see, and the parallel lines from each vertex on the object are extended until they intersect the view plane. Here by the dotted lines you can see these are the projection lines which are intersecting to this view plane. Okay, so this is nothing but the parallel projection. These lines, the these lines are what? These lines are actually they are perpendicular to the plane, but these are parallel to the coordinates or the vertices of your object. The point of intersection is the projection of the vertex, and we connect the projected vertices by line segments which correspond to the connection of an original object. Okay, so these line segments are nothing but projected lines, projection lines, and what it connects the original object to your view plane. Okay, so that is the parallel projection. in which one of the very much important point you have to remember with parallel projection, that it preserves relative proportions of the object but does not produce the realistic view. Okay, means the dimension will remain as it is, but the realistic view of your object will not be the same as the original object is. So that is the a very important point of parallel projection. Further, going to the perspective projection. Now, in you can see that in parallel projection, the parallel or the projection lines will not get converged to any single point. But in perspective projection, you can see this. In perspective projection, the projected lines or the projection lines will get converged to a single point, which is the which is also said as the center of projection. It can be also said as a center of projection. Okay, and in this particularly you can see that the when you are getting it on 2D plane or in the view plane, two-dimensional view plane, the size of your object will be a little smaller, or it will vary. It will not be the original size of your object. Okay, and you can get a clear idea of a perspective projection of an object to the view plane by this diagram. The important point you have to remember regarding this perspective projection is it produces the realistic view but does not preserve relative proportions. It gives you the realistic view but it does not preserve the relative proportions, means dimensions will get changed. If in the object, if the object along with the three axis is having of say 4 units to each axis, then in image it will get you will get it a little smaller, let's say by 2 units, or it will see as a 2 units on each of the axis. Okay, means size will get smaller than the previous or original object. So that is the main difference between parallel projection and perspective projection. Furthermore, the in perspective projection, the lines of proportion are not parallel. Instead, they are what? They all converge at a single point, which is called as a center of projection or projection reference point. Here you can see that all the projection lines get converged at a single point. It is known as a center of projection or projection reference point. This can be a one-liner question or important from multiple choice questions view. So remember the point, the difference between these two projections, the main types of projections, parallel projection and perspective projection. Okay. Furthermore, again this main basic two types of projections get classified further. So let's see the classification of parallel projection. So parallel projection is further classified, or it is basically categorized into two types. One is the orthographic parallel projection. Here you in this diagram you can see the first one is the diagram of orthographic parallel projection, and the second type is oblique parallel projection. Orthographic parallel projection and oblique parallel projection. So these are the basic two types of the parallel projections. Okay, in this particularly in orthographic parallel projection, you can see that the projection lines are perpendicular to the view plane. Okay, these are what? Perpendicular to view plane, but not in the oblique parallel projection. The projection lines are not perpendicular to the view plane. They make some different angle other than 90 degree. Okay, so this diagram is very much important. You can get a clear idea of these two types of projections by the single diagram. Let's move further. So the first type of parallel projection is what? Orthographic projection. So again, this orthographic projection will get classified into other three types, or it is classified into two types, sorry, into two types. One is the axonometric orthographic projection, and the second one is the multi-view orthographic projection. So what is mean by axonometric orthographic projection? In which you can get the different projections or the different views of your single object, like the top view, front view, side view, right? So that is nothing but the axonometric orthographic projection. Like similar projections you have also studied in the engineering drawings. Okay, you got the similar concepts there. Front view, front projection, top projection, side projection. In all this, the projection plane is perpendicular to the principal axis. Okay, the projection plane is perpendicular to the principal axis. These projections are often used in engineering drawings to depict the machine parts, assemblies, buildings, and so on. Okay, so here are some of the application areas of this particular projection. And in this particular projection, we can display more than one face of an object. Such an orthographic projections is called axonometric orthographic projections. The most commonly used axonometric orthographic projection is the isometric projection. In this particularly axonometric projections, you can see these are nothing but the subdivision or sub classification of axonometric projections, which are this. First is the isometric, second is the dimetric, and the third one is the, or C, is the trimetric. In first one, you can see that all of the sides you can see or all of the sides are appear by a single dimension. Okay, means you can see the similar dimensions at each axis. In the isometric view, all three principal axes are foreshortened equally. Okay, means if it is shortened by 2 units on x-axis, then it will similarly get shortened uh, by 2 units on the y-axis as well as z-axis. Okay, so that is the case in the isometric view. In dimetric view, two principal axes are foreshortened equally. Only the two principal axes. Okay, and it will it will be it will remain unchanged on a particular axis. Like Suppose it is 2 on x-axis and 4 on y and 4 on z. So that is the case with the diametric view. And with the trimetric view, all the three principal axes get are foreshortened unequally. Means the dimension on each axis will be different one. Okay, so these are what? These are the three types of the axonometric projections. And this is basically used to overcome the limitations of limitation of single orthographic projection, which is unable to illustrate the general three-dimensional shape of an object. And generally, uh, the construction of an axonometric projection is done by using rotation and translation to manipulate the object such that at least three adjacent faces are shown. Okay, rotation and the translation transformations will take place to do the foreshorten or some of the changes in your projection views. Okay, for the foreshortening factor is the ratio of projected length of line to its true length. Okay, so these are some of the important points you have to remember in the axonometric projections. So till now we'll revise it fast. First, there are main basic two types of projections. First one is the parallel, second one is the perspective. Parallel again get classified into orthographic parallel projection and the oblique parallel projection. Orthographic projection then again classified into axonometric orthographic projection and the multi-view orthographic projection. Then the first one from this axonometric orthographic projection will get classified into again three types. That is the first one isometric, second one is diametric, and third one is the trimetric. So these till now we have seen this much part. Let's see the further part. The second type of parallel projection is the multi-view orthographic projection. So in this basically you can see the different parts of your object. Most of the drawings produced and used in the industry are this multi-view drawings, and these are used to provide accurate three-dimensional object information on a two-dimensional media. Means this three-dimensional parts or three-dimensional faces or object is transformed into, or it is shown in a 2D plane or in a 2D view plane, so that you will so that you have to get a clear idea about the multi-viewed drawings. It usually requires several orthographic projections to define the shape of three-dimensional object. Each orthographic view is a two-dimensional drawing showing only two of the three dimensions of the three-dimensional object. Okay, it shows only two views of, and that also in 2D. Okay, in two-dimensional of a three-dimensional object. Okay, if it is cube, consider if it is cube, then only two faces will get projected on the view plane, which is a two-dimensional view plane. Consequently, no individual view contains sufficient information to completely define the shape of three-dimensional object. All orthographic views must be looked at together to comprehend the shape of the three-dimensional object. In this particularly in this diagram, you will get a clear idea of the multi-view drawing or multi-view orthographic projection. The is next type of parallel projection is the oblique parallel projection, in which again it is classified into two types, that is Cavalier projection and the cabinet projection. Okay, now we are learning the second point of the second type of the parallel projection, that is the oblique parallel projection, which are again classified into Cavalier projection and the cabinet projection. So what do you mean by this Cavalier and cabinet projection? That we'll see in this particularly in this diagram. You can see that this is the type of oblique projection, and and it is obtained by projecting points along parallel lines that are not perpendicular to the project plane, the projection plane. Means in the orthographic projection, you can see that in orthographic projection, the projection lines are making the angle of 90° with the projection plane or the view plane. Means it is perpendicular to or normal to the projection plane. But in case of this Cavalier or cabinet projection, these are not making an angle of 90° with the projection plane. Instead, it makes the angle of 45°, 30° likewise. Okay. So the oblique projections are of these two types. For Cavalier projection, the direction of projection makes a 45° angle with the view plane. As a result, the projection of line perpendicular to the view plane has the same length as the line itself. That is, there is no foreshortening. Okay. In the previous isometric or dimetric or trimetric view, we have seen some of the edges will get, or some of the axes, some of the edges of your object will get foreshortened. So that is not the case with the Cavalier one, in which there is no foreshortening. Okay, only the angle Cavalier projection of a unit cube with angle 45° and 30°. In this diagram particularly, you can see the Cavalier projection with the angle of 45° and the 30° by the projection lines or the projection plane. When the direction of the projection makes an angle of arc turn, that is 63.4° with the view plane, then the resulting view is called a cabinet projection, the second one. In this, you can see that one of the edge is foreshortened. It is actually get half other than the other or irrespective of the other edges. Okay, only one edge will get foreshortened. This is the case with the cabinet projection. And for this angle, lines perpendicular to the viewing surface are projected at 1/2 their actual length. Means those surfaces which are making an angle of 90° with the projection plane, that surface will get foreshortened only. Okay, the rest of the edges, the rest of the surfaces will remain by their dimensions only. So these are the second two important classifications of parallel projection or oblique projection. Further is the main type, or the second most important type is the perspective projection. Okay, perspective projection. So again it is classified, this perspective projection is classified into 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective, and 3 point perspective on the basis of vanishing points we are having. Vanishing points means the points at which all the projection lines will get converged, or the points from where we can see the surfaces. It is from the from one of the principal axis, or two of the principal axis, or all of the three principal axis. Okay, so that makes the 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective, and 3 point perspective respectively. So let's see the perspective projection. Um, the perspective projection of any set of parallel lines that are not parallel to the projection plane converge to a vanishing point. In this particularly, you have to remember that projection lines are not parallel to the plane. Okay, and that's why they get converged to a single point. Okay, parallel lines will never get, or never ever meet to each other, right? But when they are not parallel, they can converge to a single point. Okay, and that point is called as a vanishing point. So the vanishing point for any set of lines that are parallel to one of the three principal axes of an object is referred to as a principal vanishing point or axis vanishing point. Okay, the perspective projection is classified according to the number of principal vanishing point, means uh, how many vanishing points are there in that particular projection. Accordingly it will get it will get renamed as 1 point, 2 point, or 3 point projection. Okay, this figure shows you the appearance of 1 point and 2 point projection. Okay, in this basically you can see here, as we are having only one vanishing point, means all the projection lines are get converged at a single point, single vanishing point. So it is a 1 point perspective projection of a cube. Here we are having two vanishing points. So this is a 2 point perspective projection. Okay, 1 point is based on the single vanishing point, hence it is known as a single point or 1 point perspective. Here the object is placed so that one of its surface is parallel to the plane of projection, means one of the surface is parallel to the view plane or projection plane. In 1 point perspective projection, it is very simple to produce and find many practical uses in engineering, architecture, and computer graphics. One of the feature of the 1 point perspective is that if an object has cylindrical or circular forms and these are placed parallel to the plane of projection, then the forms are represented as circles or circular arcs in the perspective. This can be an advantage considering that circles or circular arcs are what? They are easier to draw than the eclipse or other comics. So these are simple to use or simple to produce. The spatial form of this one point perspective projection, uh, this we can see in the next diagram. This is a tunnel projection of a cube. Okay, it takes place when the vanishing point is placed centrally within the figure. Okay, this type of projection is called as what? Tunnel projection of a cube. Okay, single liner question is there, also can be asked in MCQ, so remember this point. Because of the particular positioning of object in the coordinate axis, the depth cues in a tunnel projection are not very obvious. In this particularly in this diagram, it is shown the tunnel projection of a cube, and this one perspective projection, or this is a special case of this one perspective projection, that is the tunnel projection. It is used to view the roads, rail tracks, or buildings, so that the front is directly facing to the viewer, directly facing the viewer. So that is all about the one point perspective. Second point is, or in the diagram only, in the previous diagram only, you can see at below the diagram of 2 point perspective, in which two surfaces of the object having vanishing point. Okay, in case of cube, this is achieved if the object is rotated along y-axis, so that the lines along along that axis remain parallel to the viewing plane, but those along the two other axes have the vanishing point. Means we are rotating our object to particularly to y-axis, so that we can get the two vanishing points at the rest of the two axes, that is x and z axis. Okay, this is the 2 point perspective projection. And the last one is 2 point perspective, sorry. So the last one is 3 point perspective projection. You can see in the diagram, you are having how many vanishing points? 3 vanishing points are there. A 3 point perspective is achieved by positioning the object so that none of its axes parallel to the plane of projection. एक भी axis not parallel to the projection plane. Okay, then you will get the 3 vanishing point or 3 point perspective projection. Although the visual depth cues in a 3 point perspective are stronger than the 2 point perspective, the resulting geometrical deformation are sometimes disturbing to the viewer. Okay, means viewer get confused by which angle uh, he will get a clear appearance of the object. 3 point perspective is usually used for building scenes from above, means above or below, means from the top of the building or from the ground. Okay, and from any of the axis you will get a clear appearance of your object. So that is achieved by the 3 point perspective, 3 point perspective projections. So these are nothing but the simple types of projection that we have covered today. And last, this summary is very much important. You have to remember it. from the exam point of view. In the single diagram, you will cover all of the types we have seen right now. So go through it very carefully. Remember each and every type, how it is classified, under which main type it is classified. So we'll see it: projection, planar geometric projection, firstly classified into two types, parallel and perspective. Parallel again classified into orthographic, oblique. Orthographic will get classified into top, front, axonometric and side view. Axonometric will get again classified into isometric, dimetric and trimetric. Okay, and the oblique projections of a parallel projection will get again further classified into the cabinet and cavalier projection. Okay, and the other one is nothing but the multi-view that we have seen. Okay, and the second most important part is the perspective, in which there is no further more classification, only three classification types are there: 1 point, 2 point and 3 point. Okay, so this is very much important part from the exam point of view that we have covered today. Now, in the next lecture, we'll see some of the more interesting topics from computer graphics. Uh, I think we'll cover the segmentation or segment segment part in the next upcoming lecture. So thank you guys. Thank you for today. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.